Hey, good morning. Today's Thursday, the 21st of March, 2024. This is Wes Fryer. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I want to talk about being seen. And I want to share two stories, one from church and one from work. So I think that it is, and this is Wisdom with Wes, this new series that I started a couple weeks ago on YouTube. I think that it is so important that we are able to live in proximity to people who see us as our authentic selves, and who, by seeing us as our authentic selves, really support and encourage us to be the people that we were created to be and that we aspirationally want to be. And there's a lot of theology, there's a lot of theology that's in that as well. But that is what I believe. And so one of the things, after 30 years of struggle, and I need to do a separate reflection about this. I mean, I finally feel healed of some really big trauma that happened in my life. And identity and change in life, you move, you change jobs, your kids are going to the house, you're in the empty nest. There's lots of different things that cause trauma and challenge and struggle when it comes to identity. One of the things I remember, because in Oklahoma, we lived there for 16 years, and I should think of the number of jobs. I went there with AT&T, and I worked for what was called then the Oklahoma Heritage Association, and then I was an independent consultant, and then I went to work for Yukon Public Schools, and then I became a technology director, and then I shifted out of that and became an instructional coach and went to teach middle school. So that's like 6 jobs. So that's a lot. That's 6 jobs in 16 years. Okay, I remember when maybe I was at some point in the middle of all that. Most of that time we were members, and I actually got ordained and served as a deacon and an elder at First Presbyterian Church in Edmond. So wonderful, wonderful church community in many ways. We actually had to leave the church though the year before we left Oklahoma, but that's another story. My thought is that people see different things when they look at us. And so one of the things that was frustrating to me, especially when I was changing jobs and stuff, is I would show up at church and people would bring their phones and sometimes their other technology for me to fix. And so they saw me as the digital plumber, right? The computer guy, the person who could fix. And I mean, I usually could, I could give them some suggestions, some tips, sometimes resolve issues, help me fix my printer, help me fix my, Wi-Fi or this thing with my phone or whatever. But man, I remember being really frustrated by that because I felt look, I'm not wearing a shirt to church that says, I can fix your printer, or here, give me your phone. So we're going to church, to worship and to fellowship and connect with people. And it's good to be able to help people, no doubt. And I really do love helping solve problems. I like helping people. It's relationships and helping people was one of probably the number one favorite part for me of being a director of technology at a school for 4 years. So anyway, that was an interesting thing because people saw something about me, but that wasn't the person I saw myself being. And so that caused some cognitive dissonance. And ultimately, these things work themselves out. But anyway, it has to do with being seen. Okay, my other story is, during one of those jobs, there was 6 of them, we had some challenges because I didn't really understand with a lot of clarity the organizational culture that I was joining. And while I am a very collaborative person, and I am a teacher, and I am a person who wants to learn with other people, and I'm into oral history, and I'm into digital storytelling, and all of these different things, for a while, I joined a different organization that was not really focused on those things. And I think I'm gonna avoid giving a lot more details that I could, because I'm not here to throw an organization under the bus. What I wanna say is that it was actually good that worked out, that the people in that organization saw me with a little more clarity, and they're like, whoa, this isn't really what, we're about. And then I saw them too. And, through a series of, somebody wants to photobomb me. Through a series of events, I ended up not working there anymore. And that was hard, but it was also good. Because ultimately, it's important to be seen. It's important for people to see who we are, because that is also changing, right? I mean, there's a permanency to aspects of who we are, but we're also in these different seasons of life. I need to reflect on some of that too. Anyway, I probably talked long enough. I probably talked too long. I hope that you're seen. I hope that the people that are around you see you and your authentic self, as well as your aspirational self, the person who not only you see yourself being today, but the person you are trying to become and are becoming, and maybe the person who you have become. I hope you have all of those things, because it's important. Have a great Thursday.